Hey movie lovers, I'm your host Joss and welcome back to Top 10 Beyond the Screen. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and give us a follow on social media. All of our links are down below. Also, if you hang out with me until the end of this video, you can join in on some fun as I do some common shoutouts. We all have our opinions and feelings about movies, right? Sometimes there's a really good movie, but then one of the actors in it just seems to ruin it. Or we simply feel that someone could have just done better. A bad judgment call on a casting director can lead to the wrong person for the right role. Let's check out some of these bad decisions with today's list of top 10 worst casting mistakes ever made. Starting off our list at number 10 is Ronda Rousey. We know her for fighting her way through the UFC in the octagon. At one point she was considered to be one of the most dominant female athletes on the planet. Even movie producers were raving about her because she had that blonde California surfer girl look going on. But naturally, with her looks and stardom, she made her way from the octagon onto the big screen. Back in 2014, she made her movie debut in Expendables 3, which led her to snagging a role for another installment of the Fast and Furious franchise. She saddled up to star alongside Vin Diesel and The Rock for the 7th installment. She took on the role of Luna, who is the head of security for a billionaire. The majority of the movie she's kinda just standing around in an evening gown looking pissed as hell, as usual. She does get one small fight scene, which was probably the only believable part of her acting, giving her fighting experience. People weren't very impressed by her acting and said online that the producers probably just cast her so that they could advertise that she was in the film. Almost like some sort of clickbait. At number 9 is Colin Farrell. The Irish actor had a number of impressive performances throughout his career, but his role in the movie Alexander was not one of them. Him taking on the role of Alexander has been titled as being culturally insensitive to Greek culture. He received a ton of negative reviews for his performance, and people thought the part should have gone to someone else. Leave it up to the audience to also poke fun at his bleach blonde locks in the film. Good news is that the actor can now laugh off all the criticism he once faced. During an interview back in 2013 on the Graham Norton show, he said, I quote, "That was my Doris Day look. Alexander was the golden locked child, but he shouldn't have been. He should have been brunette. And maybe he shouldn't have had an Irish accent. Only from the 7,000 reviews I've read." Well, I give him props for even reading the reviews. That's basically like reading mean tweets about yourself. Taking over the number 8 spot is Emma Stone. The actress is a lot of things: an Oscar winner, a talented singer, and just an all-around good person. However, there are two things that she definitely isn't. She's not Asian, and she is not a Pacific Islander, which is why people were very confused when she was cast to play Allison Ng in the rom-com Aloha. Her character is an Air Force pilot who's a quarter Hawaiian and a quarter Chinese. And if you just look at a picture of Emma Stone, then you might know that she is pretty much as white as it gets. But according to the director Cameron Crowe, he based the character on a Hawaiian woman he'd actually met and felt that Emma was good for the role. A lot of people were upset by this choice, saying that there were better picks out there, ones that wouldn't have been what they consider to be whitewashing. Both Crowe and Stone faced a lot of heat for the movie, and they eventually apologized to the public. Emma said, I quote, "I've learned on a macro level about the insane history of whitewashing in Hollywood and how prevalent the problem truly is. It's ignited a conversation that is very important. The movie bombed at the box office and was completely gutted by critics, but she says that she's happy to at least bring awareness to the issue." Sliding into number 7 is Keanu Reeves. We know him as John Wick, which has definitely resurrected his career since starring in the movie Dracula back in 1992. The movie itself was a success, winning 3 Oscars and taking home double its budget at the box office. However, critics weren't so nice in regards to Keanu Reeves attempting an English accent. Josh Winning from Total Film reviewed it and said, "You can visibly see Keanu attempting not to end every one of his lines with 'dude.' The result? A performance that looks like the young actor's perpetually constipated. Painful for all parties." Despite the bad reviews, the director Francis Ford Coppola remained satisfied with the movie, but during an interview with Entertainment Weekly, he did admit that he could have done more to help Reeves perform at a higher caliber. He said, "He tried so hard, that was the problem. He wanted to do it perfectly, and in trying to do it perfectly, it came off as stilted." Good news is all the negativity never had an impact on their relationship, and they still have a mutual respect for each other. At number 6 is Kristen Stewart. She's mainly known for her role of Bella Swan in the Twilight series, but that is not the movie that landed her on this list, although some people will say that it should have been. The actress has always been ridiculed for her performances, mainly people saying that she only has one facial expression for pretty much every emotion. But one role people couldn't stand was her role in the live-action remake of Snow White and the Huntsman. She was cast for the the iconic role of Snow White herself, and critics were not afraid to say it how it is when regarding her performance in the movie. One critic summed it up by saying, "Stewart Snow White pouts her lips, bats her bedroom eyes, and scarcely seems to have more on her mind than who might take her to the senior prom, let alone the destiny of an entire kingdom." She starred alongside big names like Charlize Theron and Chris Hemsworth, and fans say if it wasn't for them, they probably wouldn't have seen the movie at all. The movie itself had mixed reviews, only getting a 50% on Rotten Tomatoes, so I'm just wondering who we can blame for the other 50%. Halfway through our list at number 5 is Jesse Eisenberg. He was cast to play one of the greatest comic book villains of all time, Lex Luthor, but ended up disappointing a lot of comic fans. And those are fans that you do not want to piss off. When it was announced that the villain would be showing up in the Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice movie, fans were wondering what actor would be bringing the villain to life. When news broke that it was Jesse, fans weren't exactly thrilled about it. Things got even worse once they actually saw the movie, and fans began to voice that the actor was a total miscast and should have never been given the role. People were saying that his interpretation of the character was too loud and too manic, comparing him to being similar to the Joker. Some have gone as far as calling his character a goofball and saying that he is just annoying. The movie itself was a box office hit, but it only received a 27% on Rotten Tomatoes, and a big reason could have been their casting decisions. Alright guys, at number 4 is Nicolas Cage, another successful actor who got torn apart for one of his roles. He can't win them all, right? When the Ghost Rider movie came out in 2007, people were expecting a badass to take on and perform the role in some epic and legendary way. Instead, they got Nicolas Cage. No offense, man. Marvel received a lot of negative reviews for the Ghost Rider series, and many people are pointing the finger at the actor. Cage took on the role of Johnny Blaze in the first film and then reprised his role in 2011 for the sequel. After the backlash he received, the actor sticks up for himself and actually blames the producer for not giving him the creative freedom he wanted. During an interview with Joe Blow, he said, "Ghost Rider was a movie that always should have been rated R. David Goyer had a brilliant script which I wanted to do with David, and for whatever reason they just didn't let us make the movie." Not many people were really buying this as a valid excuse, and the movie itself took a lot of heat, only receiving a 27% on Rotten Tomatoes. So who is to blame? The producers or Nicolas Cage? Taking spot number 3 on our list is Scarlett Johansson. She is a wildly successful actress, but one of her roles cost her a lot of backlash and controversy. It was another case of whitewashing. It was her role in the movie Ghost in the Shell when she was cast to play the role of a Japanese woman. Ghost in the Shell is a Japanese manga and anime franchise created by Asian artists and filmmakers. Some of the filming was done in Hong Kong, and it even had its big premiere in Tokyo back in 2017. People were outraged that a white woman was chosen to play the part, so it's safe to say that they would have been upset no matter what white actress they picked. The controversy caused Paramount and DreamWorks to lose $60 million on the movie because fans were just refusing to see it. The entire film was a mix of Japanese actors as well as white actors, but they said she ruined the movie role because it just wasn't realistic. Her character stands out, and not in a way you really want it to. Critics have gone on to say the movie would have been a lot better if her role was given to a Japanese actress instead. Not that she's a bad actor, but she wasn't right for this role, and she kind of ruined the movie by taking it. In an interview with Marie Claire magazine, Johansson said that she never wanted to take the role away from an Asian actor and wouldn't have accepted the role if this was the case. She says it was a rare opportunity she wanted to take advantage of. And can you really blame her? In at number 2 is Hayden Christensen. The actor took home some awards after his performance as Anakin Skywalker, aka Darth Vader, in the Star Wars franchise. However, it wasn't the kind of awards that an actor strives for in their career. He won 2 Golden Raspberries for his performance, which people consider nothing more than a joke. People had high expectations when it came to the most heinous villain in movie history, but apparently he didn't meet any of them. It's been said that he's the reason a strain was put on the series and that his performance is the worst of all for the Star Wars films to date. Reports have been made saying that people like Leonardo DiCaprio were turned down for the role, so many people are wondering why this Canadian actor was the chosen one. You guys, serious question. Who do you think should have played this role instead? Tell me down in the comments. Taking the number 1 spot on our list is the fake baby in American Sniper. That's right, for the first time in Beyond the Screen history, I have made up my own category and I am using a fake prop as an actor on this list. The movie itself is absolutely incredible, which is why it is such a shame that this fake baby made it into the movie. Surely there are enough baby actors out there who would have loved the shot at working with Bradley Cooper. It has been talked about all over social media, and every time I watch it, it really just doesn't get easier. It's seriously cringeworthy, guys. In one of the scenes, actor Bradley Cooper had to be holding a baby in the nursery. You would think that with a legendary actor like Cooper, they would use a CGI, or you know, a real baby, but instead they decided to go with a fake plastic one that looks nothing like a real baby and actually has zero movement to it, because it is plastic. The worst part about the scene is that you can actually see Bradley using his thumb to make the baby's hand move. Bradley Cooper himself felt just as ridiculous about the scene as we all did. After being asked about it on the Ellen DeGeneres show, Cooper said, "I couldn't believe that we are working with a plastic baby. I was like, this is nuts." Glad you think so too, Brad. What I want to know is whose brilliant idea was it to cast a plastic toy rather than a real baby? Alright guys, there's our list for today. Tell me what you're thinking down in the comments below, and hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed today's video. But it is not over yet. I'm going to finish off this video by responding to some of your comments from my last video. Coconut says, "Hi Jocelyn, great work. How about a video on top 10 celebrity meltdowns or top 10 acts of kindness done by celebrities?" I love both of those ideas, so thank you. Noted. Matt Chu says, "Nice video. Keep that fun content rolling." Thank you. I will try my best. Adrian Guzman says, "I only watch these videos because of you, Jocelyn Bedard." Ooh, full naming me. Fun fact, I actually hate when people use my name Jocelyn. Call me Joss. Thomas Sanders says, "Hey Jocelyn. Okay, I am leaving now, so goodbye and have a nice day." Oh, okay, well that was a short visit. Bye. Alright guys, we are at the end here. Click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and to keep watching more Beyond the Screen videos, you can just click the icon that will appear right over here as soon as I stop talking. I'm your host Joss, and I will see you next time.